Hi, I'm KB. Handheld Sonic games. I gotta be honest, I almost forgot about this one, probably for a neglectful reason, because I kind of had it all planned out, and this was one I almost forgot, and then someone said, "Oi, Handheld." It was my brain alerting me. And because there are a handful of different handheld Sonic games out there, it was quite hard to condense it into 15 tracks. But the reason I could do that, while I did like top 20 modern Sonic stage themes, was mainly because there are a lot of tracks, mainly on the older handheld Sonic games, which felt a bit forgettable to me. There are a lot of interesting ones, which are in this video, and you'll see why they are so interesting to me in a minute. That minute being about now, because I don't really want to go too much into this. So with that, let's see how we can go from 8-bit all the way to Game Boy Advance quality, all the way to DS quality, and furthermore. Let's begin! Start out with a bit of a surprising one here for this entry. Not that I did this deliberately, I mean, come on, me, including God of War in almost every single list that I've done? Nah. But anyway, music plant is significant to me, mainly because when you go into the level, you pretty much have how it fits out for the entire level, and the overall background of everything you do in the level mixes in with the theme itself. The overall jolly nature that this music provides really sets you with an uplifting tone for the rest of it. There's just something about themes in general that when you put them on one console, they work out amazingly, and when you remix them, they don't share that same magic that they did when they were on their original. And I think this is one of those songs. I don't think you could do any better on any other console that could come after it. If you ever wanted to play a mid-sized keyboard, here is your chance. Do a cover of this song. Doesn't matter how bad the quality of the video on YouTube is, just do it. A drum and bass song that just throws everything into it at once at you. This song pretty much picks up where Techno Bass Zone Act 1 left off, in the sense that it just goes all freestyle at the start and then goes into what the original song itself provided in the time that we were playing it. And this is one that I feel is very surprising for a Game Boy Advance game to have music of this quality added to it. And when you're going through this level is a quite fast-paced level with a lot of stuff going on, and it's very easy to hit a bottomless pit at any second. So be careful of that. But also be careful that don't let the level distract you from hearing this music, by any means necessary. There's enough bass in it for you to pick it up. Did somebody say bass? If you ever want to create your own cyber world, pick this as your theme song and you'll probably be good to go. Very good to go. Or you can pick this one. I mean, it's bouncy enough to make your neck break as you're headbanging to it, so I don't see why not. Yeah, the level itself may piss you off, however, this is part of it, and that's quite relieving, I suppose. For a lot of tracks themselves to have that quality to them, that I've mentioned many times before. Something says to me that this belongs in a Kirby game. I don't know why, Kirby is just full of bouncy things. So this would hit really home hard with it. But then again, I suppose Sonic bounces as well in some games, so why not? Why not destabilize your own opinion, KB? That is a great idea. Sit home and rethink about that. While I'm referencing Nintendo franchises, I feel that this theme itself belongs in a Star Fox game. And I gotta say, mixed with the level itself, the level was quite chaotic in two ways. One is that its bottomless pits were really annoying and very unfair, because you didn't really know that you were entering a bottomless pit at the time, and all the upside down segments that you went through. It's just weird how a lot of the Sonic Advance themes just have this bouncy feel to it. And it doesn't sound all samey either, there's always something new and refreshing to all of them. And this theme proves it very well. The reason I chose this one over Act 1 is mainly because the intro itself has something different added to it, and I think there's more of a substance provided for the song itself. Yeah, I think that's pretty legitimate, if you ask me. So now we're going right back to the 8-bit era of Sonic, and while I say that right now, this doesn't sound as epic as Egg Utopia, but it really carries this whole mellow feel to chasing down Eggman's Wing Fortress, and I don't know why I'm saying Eggman if it's the 8-bit era and he's supposed to be called Robotnik. However, I won't neglect the fact that it just sounds very relieving at the same time as well, of all the lightning and all the electricity that is occurring in the background, and really this level was quite hellish in that aspect. Still did it at the age of 7 though, not to brag or anything. The stage theme itself sounds a lot like Aquatic Ruin from Sonic 2, just with a different tempo. It just sounds in key the same, because I know I'm apparently wrong when it comes to comparisons. Gorilla's Dead does sound like Blurred Lines. It's the rhythm, guys. Now, disregarding all the bottomless pits that are in this level, I really love what they included in the level overall. Like the bouncing wind turbine things that float up in the air. Why are they wind turbines? Why did I even call them wind turbines? Fans. But this music just urges you to push forward with every obstacle that you encounter. It has that effect on me, and I love it. I guess when it comes to the handhelds, the more major scale style songs suit me better, but that's just me. Okay, a song that makes it sound like Sonic has invaded Mario Kart. Well, and I'll break my neck even faster this time. And it just makes me say that I love it when Sonic either starts with a level that is involved with the city, a beach, or somewhere that's green. I mean, why can't you have a game where Sonic just starts by burning his ass off in a volcano? That would be very entertaining. Come on, there's plenty of sadistic gamers around. And as we go through this list, it's very clear that we're choosing the more catchy Sonic themes. Yep, this one is very catchy. Couldn't have put it better myself. This is one instance where I have to group two songs together because they do sound quite similar in their rhythm and how they go about their music business. So let's start with Leaf Forest. This has got to be one of the best opening songs for a stage in a Sonic game. Now you may think I'm contradicting myself with Wave Ocean, however, it's not technically the first theme. The chase part, I mean. I just feel like whoever composed the percussion in this game really nailed it. Provides great presentation for the overall layout of this entire game. And then when you dive into something that's even more hot-headed, it carries a different approach to what you experienced before, and leaves you with good hope that the rest of this game is going to live up to hype. It's just so funny when well, it's not that funny. It's just really cool where they could make running through hot lava situations as happy as ever. So overall, I think these two can make a very good, invigorating duo. Just to give a quick description of this song, this is on Mega Man level of 8-bit. With simple tunes you can create something so memorable for generations to come, even though Game Gear wasn't as popular. That's probably a very bad depiction, I don't know. Psst, how many people had Game Gears? Let's go on the Wikipedia. Well, the first Sonic the Hedgehog has sold 4.34 million copies, and the Game Gear version isn't even on that list. I can't find a collection of how much the Game Gear version actually sold, but the Game Gear itself sold 11 million, while the Genesis/Mega Drive sold 40 million. So yeah, my depiction was kind of wrong, but out of all the tunes in this game, I'd probably say this one really stands out for me the most, because it gives you that sense of hope as well as going on a joyful journey, saving animals, making a good point about animals being used in laboratories, you know, that kind of stuff. Before this list, and a lot of times when I've put different Sonic Snow themes at higher regards in different places, this one should have been in a lot of those places. Although one place in particular where it should have been. This is an amazing depiction of Christmas and adventure. But then again, like White Acropolis has that whole misty feel to it, while this gives you a more fortunate feeling. Sure, those penguins can fudgy-wudgy off.
Just say fuck, you stupid idiot!
Everyone associated with Sega and Sega themselves really show how much they can put into their music. Well, all the way through this, you pretty much have, well, you have different things going on with the song, like you have those little segments where they bring a lot more serenity to it, whatever cryptic nonsense that means. And this game is pretty slow anyway, so there's not much to go through while you're listening to a song like this. So yeah, the game itself may not be very good in my eyes. I think the game is very badly paced. But I guess this is a consolation prize? Yeah? Alright, just checking. god, it's getting so hot in here. Everybody, take off your clothes even though I can't see you. This is one of the most mind-blowing remixes in Sonic history. How? Before you say this doesn't count because it's also a console port, maybe you're not going to say that, I hope. Well, this stage itself was only on the 3DS version, so I feel okay to include it. And I have no care that it's also a remix, because it adds its own input into it. I gotta say, everything is all going on at once, and I love that fact about it. And this just expanded that through free lossless audio codec. Please get it now while stocks last. Despite whatever I think about the music itself for this level, if you play as anyone other than Sonic, you will probably have a fun time with this level. If you play with Sonic, there's a bad chance of that. Oh yeah, and we're entering Metroid territory, by the way. And with that, you get the cryptic sounds that come out of this esophagus of a theme. It also kind of sounds like something that would emerge from a Blaze Blue character theme. And then in one part of the song as well, it gets that elevating aggression that soaks through it. As long as you don't get an extra life when you're pretty much just like, oh no, the song's reset. Shit. I hate you sometimes, convenience. Now, while I've added a Sonic Rush Adventure theme here, I probably should explain why I haven't included many Sonic Rush themes on here to begin with. And that's mainly because I'm not keen with the overall style that the theme's set with. Not saying they're bad or anything, but I just prefer the overall style of the advanced themes and anything that came before that. However, this one gives a more mystic feel to the overall dance rhythm that comes with the song. It starts off with this whole random girl screaming or something very subtly, and brings in what I think is a oboe or a flute or something like that, and that just really captures my awe of the song. It's like something that belongs in a bubble bath commercial. So I'll include 5 honorable mentions. Blizzard Peaks Act 1 from Sonic Rush Adventure, Ocean Base Act 1 from Sonic Adventure 3, Mystic Haunt Zone from Sonic Rivals 2, and I will explain, however, Sonic Rivals themes I felt were very generic. They all sounded very similar to each other, and I didn't want to include any of them on the list, because that was the best sounding similar song that didn't really try that hard. We've got both Night Carnival and Water Palace for Sonic Rush. They both sound similar, so... and Tropical Resort's classic version from Sonic Generations. Now you may think of this one as a massive cop-out for number 1, but I have a very good reason for including it. Now making a remix for Green Hill Zone is a probably hard job for how much you can compete against it, whereas I much prefer this version to the original. Maybe because I love the overall pitch. And like I said before, I don't know how, but the Game Boy Advance just seems to capture music greatly. I just think for any kind of remix out there that wants to try and remix Green Hill Zone, for my personal ears, it just can't top this. It's memorable, it has an oh yes feeling to it, like you'd hear it in a Herbal Essences advert, and I'm happy I got to briefly review it. So folks, that's the 6 list of this covered up. I plan to make 10 of these, so the next few are going to be boss themes, character themes, vocal tracks, and then title themes. I'm not sure if people actually want to see racing themes, because I haven't invested that much in the racing games of Sonic, and that would probably cover Sonic Riders and all that. Just let me know if you want that. And overall, thank you for watching. You can follow my links in the description to other pages that I host on. And until next time, lights out. Let's count them. Sonic 06, Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Lost World. Actually, why don't we put in the handheld stage things for later on?